Hi y'all, and welcome to my channel. My name is Kirsti, and today's video is really exciting because it is a part of the Food Challenge Open Collab that is hosted by Tiffany over at SmallTown Six. I will make sure to link her channel down in my description box below. Also, I'm going to link the playlist that has all the other YouTubers that are participating in this challenge. This month we are making casseroles, so I'm super excited. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 2 casserole recipes. The first casserole recipe we're going to be making is a dump and go meatball casserole. It's going to be super easy. You literally just dump everything in the casserole dish and you let it bake. So what you're going to need is you're going to need 16 ounces of pasta. The recipe I found called for like rotini pasta, but we had this on hand, so that's what we're going to use. We're going to use a 32-ounce bag of meatballs. Now you are going to want these to be thawed before you put them in. So if you have them in the freezer, just put them in the fridge the night before and they should be good. You're going to want a 24-ounce jar of your favorite spaghetti sauce. We're going to put in the small can of mushrooms. The recipe don't call for that, but we love mushrooms. You're going to top it with some mozzarella cheese, and optional, when it's done and you're plating it up, you can put some Parmesan cheese on it, and that will be really, really good. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we're going to do is preheat our oven to 425 degrees. Our oven is ready to go. So we're just going to dump everything in our casserole dish. We're going to start with our meatballs, our pasta, I hope this fits. I'm going to put in our mushrooms. Just kind of sprinkle those everywhere. I'm going to put in our jar of spaghetti sauce. And then we're also going to add in 3 cups of water. Now we're going to try to kind of give this a stir just to kind of get everything incorporated together, especially with the sauce. Maybe I should have used a bigger pan, but this one's already dirty now, so it's going to be alright. After you get everything mixed together, you're just going to top this with some foil, and then we'll put it in our oven. Our oven has preheated, so we're going to go ahead and put this in. I do have it on a baking sheet just in case anything bubbles over, it doesn't get in the oven. But we are going to bake this at, like I said, 425 for about 40 to 45 minutes. So I'm going to be honest with y'all. When, you know, earlier I said that this barely fit in that pan. Well, after 45 minutes, I checked it and I stirred it around, and it was nowhere near being done. And so my husband actually had the great idea of splitting it up into 2 pans. So if you are going to follow the exact recipe that I had, you're going to want a really big pan, or maybe just split it up into 2. And so we're going to see how this works. So after splitting it up into two different pans, I let it cook for about 15 minutes, and so it's pretty much ready to go. So now we're going to top it with some cheese, put it back in the oven for a few minutes just to melt the cheese, and then we will be ready to eat dinner. And that is what's for dinner tonight. Dump and go meatball casserole. So our second casserole recipe is going to actually be a side dish to tonight's dinner, but we're going to make corn casserole. What you're going to need is 1 box of Jiffy corn mix, the cornbread mix, 1 can of whole kernel corn, we're going to drain that, 1 can of cream style sweet corn. We're going to melt this whole stick of butter, which is half a cup, 2 eggs, 1 cup of sour cream, and then we're going to top it with some shredded cheese. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to preheat our oven to 375 degrees. Now technically you can mix all of these ingredients together in the casserole dish, but I actually prefer to do it in a mixing bowl first, just because I have a bigger surface to stir everything. So the first thing I'm going to do is put in my 2 eggs, and then I'm going to beat those up, kind of like you're making scrambled eggs. We're going to add in our whole kernel corn drained. Our cream style corn, our melted 1 stick of butter, 1 cup of sour cream, and our box of Jiffy cornbread mix. Now we're just going to whisk all of that together. I'm going to spray my casserole dish with some nonstick spray. And then we're just going to pour in our mixture. Our oven is preheated, so we're going to put this in for about 40 minutes. Once that 40 minutes is up, we're going to top it with some cheese, put it back in, and once that cheese is melted, we'll be ready to eat. And that's how I make corn casserole. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me in the kitchen today. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you're new, and make sure you go check out the playlist in the description box below so you can get tons of other casserole recipe ideas. But I'll see y'all next time. Bye!